Plaintiff Peter Clunan owns a computer repair store and claims the defendant brought his laptop in to be repaired. However, Peter claims it turned into a disaster because not only did the defendant fail to pay his bill, but he also badmouthed Peter to everyone from the Better Business Bureau to the local news. So he's suing. Defendant Christopher Schott admits that he refused to pay the repair bill, but insists it was because Peter was charging him for unauthorized repairs. Christopher claims when he refused to pay, Peter threatened to punch him in the face. So that's why he reported Peter to the Better Business Bureau.
Start with you.
Well, the reason I'm here, Your Honor, is Mr. Schott was a customer in my store in March of this year.
Type of store?
It's a computer repair store, and he brought his laptop in for repair. Actually, I have it here. It's incompleted. Oops, excuse me.
Yeah, I see. You the one broke it.
I know. It's all my fault. The reason he brought his computer in the store is because he dropped it. He damaged it pretty bad. Basically, the screen was broken, the motherboard was bad. It looked as though it was thrown around of something to that sort. I would have never guessed a guy as normal looking as him would have been the customer from hell. Because what happened is not only did he not pay me for the repair work I did, which was extensive. My normal repairs are about $100. This one needed a complete overhaul. But he went and slandered my name, my good name, my business, and also my reputation.
Your Honor.
He went around to the Better Business Bureau, the police department, the Board of Trade. He also called the newspaper up and the TV.
For what?
Lying and slandering about me. Basically, he accused me of threatening him, of harassing him, of forcing him out of the store.
What did happen?
Okay, to be honest with you, what happened is I fixed his computer. I did the best I could.
You're talking about looks. He looks normal.
Yeah.
Who does he look like? A star, right? It's a movie star. Nicolas Cage? No?
Yeah.
I'm wrong?
Yeah.
I'm right?
My girlfriend told me that.
Oh, please.
I'm telling the truth.
Go ahead. So how did it start?
Basically, it started like this. He brought his computer in March, like every other person. He signed a contract, a waiver of lease, stating, and here's the bill and everything with it. And it's just a repair contract. It states that he releases the computer for repair for me to fix. He stated originally that his he didn't want to spend more than this laptop is worth. So I did a little research. I seen that these were going for about $900 brand new. And what I did is I started with the cheapest thing first because he didn't want to spend a lot. That's what he told me. So I started with the screen. I ordered a new screen. Turned out what the damage was a screen arced. And if you think about like an electrical storm, lightning generally hits the top of a pole and it works its way down until it hits a ground. And that's what happened with this. This must have been thrown while it was still on, because what happened is this high definition LCD screen cracked. It caused the electrical surge that went down and grounded out on the motherboard. So in order to fix this, I started with the screen. I worked to the wire. I called them up at that point. I told them if it's not the wire, the next thing will be the motherboard. I called him up. I left a message on his phone basically stating that I'll have to replace the motherboard. If you got a problem, give me a call. I waited 2 weeks. He never called, never stopped by. And this was going into 2 months now. So I was in $300 repairing it, and I decided to go.
You should have replaced it if he never got back to you.
I agree, Your Honor.
Well, the contract basically, he wanted me to fix it so that it would be cheaper than the cost of a new one.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
There was
basically,
Honor, that's not
there was
exactly
no
the way it
requirement or
was.
condition that you contact him.
no, it was nothing
That's what
like
I
that.
do with car repair guys, because I know they're slicker than you. That's what they do.
Well-
You go in and you take it in for this, and then they call you and say, well, this is what you need, this is what you need. And they know I know about as much about cars as I do about being an astronaut. So they tell me anything. It's all I can do is say, anything that costs over $300, call and get my approval first. And then I'll know real quick what it is when it comes to spending $300. Sir?
I just wanted to say that I never said that I wanted it to be repaired at the price I got it at, because I would just buy a new one at that price. I made it very specific on multiple occasions that if it was going to be more than the original estimate, which was $200 to $250 for a broken screen, that I didn't want to fix it, because I only paid $500 or six something with.
Can I ask if that was refurbished? Is that a refurbished?
No, it wasn't refurbished. I got it through
no
my
rebate?
employer.
Sir, when did he resist paying you?
The whole reason I'm here is because of him coming in my store on the 17th, which was basically, close to 2 months after the job was originally started. At that point, basically, I told him what the price was, and I tried to work with him. I'm a reasonable guy. I grew up on the south side of Chicago from a poor immigrant family. I grew up with nothing but the shirt on my back, and I built my business from scratch. And I work with people.
He said, now you have a tie and a jacket.
Actually, this is a secondhand one, by the way. But the point I have to make is that I really tried to work with him. When he came in the store, I lowered the price down. I took off all my labor. I basically said, hey, you know,
what did that mean? Take off the labor, would drop it down to what amount?
I was willing to drop it down to $611. That's what my lawsuit is for today. I was basically lowering the price down to what he would agree with, and I actually went down twice. I tried to lower it down even more.
All right, let's get to the defamation, sir.
At this point, basically, he refused to pay, and I said, okay, either we'll have to work something out or you can leave my store. And I was very calm and cool. I told him to leave. At that point, basically, I was
cool about him that day.
He didn't want to leave the store, so I basically went and got a copy of the contract for him, showed a copy of the contract. He left and gave a rude gesture and walked out the door. At that point, he called the police department, Better Business Bureau. He said I threatened him, I endangered his safety, okay, and basically forced him out of the store.
Sir?
On that day, I went in. He said, well, it's all come together. It's going to be over $700. And I said, well, I didn't authorize these repairs. I talked to whoever his coworker, one of his workers is, multiple times and said, I don't want repairs done. It's going to be over the original amount.
That's not true.
He got very upset and started saying, I'm sick of expletives like you not paying me when I do work. He tossed my computer aside and pulled a box from underneath and continued, to say every bad word I can think of and set these laptops down one by one, saying this one was $300, he didn't pay me. This was $400, he didn't pay me. And at that point, he looked to his other coworker and said, I can't deal with this guy. Get this expletive out of my store or deal with this. And he disappeared to the back, and there was still a commotion and ruckus. And on occasions he was saying, I'm sick of people like you not paying. I'm going to punch you in the face. How is that not threatening? Would you go to the cops?
That's a complete and utter lie.
That is not a lie.
Josh Kingston was here during the entire incident. I also have video surveillance.
I'll hear from him.
I would love to show to the court.
My name is Joshua Kingston. I'm a friend of Peter Clunan's. I was in the store at the time. I actually just got in with drinks and cigarettes. Well,
soda drinks.
They were soda drinks. And then we were talking, and the customer came in, so I sat down. He came in. He didn't like the price Pete gave him, so Pete lowered the price. And at that time, the customer still wasn't satisfied, so Pete said, well, you can pay or leave. And he wasn't angry. He didn't say anything. And if someone's intimidated, you're not going to be sitting on it, leaning over a counter like
neither one of them was upset, huh?
No.
Okay. Let me see the
in a
video.
business like
right here, you can see the customer. This is Mr. Schott standing there, pretty relaxed. Josh is to the left, sitting in the chair. Here's me bringing out. Actually, he asked for the contract. I give him a copy of the contract. I don't think he looks pretty intimidated by me. That's it. And he gave me an obscene gesture as he left.
And let's see, what defamation did he cause? He wrote saying what? Read some of the stuff that you allege he wrote and to whom he wrote it.
Basically, he said I called him rejected. I'm very upset about you sick rejected, like me not paying him. And then I threatened to punch him in the face. He proceeded to punch and throw things and tell me the word rejected. Now, I don't know if it has anything to do with the divorce he's going through.
Punch you?
Your Honor, I've never been married, so I don't know where he's...
Well, see that punched part. Is he alleging you punched him?
Yeah, well, here it is highlighted.
Sir?
Your Honor, I said that he said, I'd like to punch people like you who don't pay me in the face. Obviously, I didn't say he punched me in the face.
He was going to punch me in the face. He proceeded to punch.
No, I did not. I never said he punched me in the face.
All right, well then, they lied on you. Everybody's lying on you.
I don't know what you're looking at right now, Your Honor.
You seem like a pretty good guy to me. I don't know. Everybody wants to lie on you. Why do you think they're lying on you?
Your Honor, I'm not sure.
He's lying on you. Better Business Bureau is lying on you.
Your Honor, I thought that the Better Business Bureau, isn't that where you would go if you had a complaint about a business?
Right, and then they look into the facts and they make a report. And in their report, they say you alleged that he hit you, he punched you.
No, I never. I'd like. Could I see a copy
they lying
of that?
on you? Yeah.
Because that's not. I have what I submitted.
Let me circle the part where it says
I have the stuff that I had written.
he
to them.
proceeded to punch and throw things and tell me, there it is.
I didn't say he punched me. He was hitting walls. Let me.
Okay, and I didn't see that either, sir. I looked right at everything. I didn't see any of that. Judgment for the plaintiff, $1,251. Have a good day.